Yeah, g'day guys, Steve Lee. I've been putting these videos up of pig shooting from a dirt bike for months here now, and I constantly get questions about how I do what I do and how I get the firearms I get, and many other questions, so I'm going to try and answer those for you today. One of the main questions I get is how do I get semi-automatic firearms here in Australia? We have 5 categories of firearms here in Australia. A, 22s or shotguns. B, for centre fires. C, for 22s and shotguns in semi-auto and pump action, and D, for semi-auto centre fires. We also have H, which is for handguns. So to get a D class license, you need to be contract shooter, because with every category in Australia you have to have a legitimate reason. So a legitimate reason for category D would be contract shooter. So I do establish my own pest eradication business, which I've been doing for quite some time now, quite a few years, and that enabled me to get a semi-automatic license. These licenses, there's not very many of them. There's probably between 300 and 400 in the whole state of New South Wales. I think there's something like between 20 and 30 in Victoria. There's probably a few more in Queensland, because farmers in Queensland can have them as well. There's also a few over in Northern Territory. But in general, not too many people in Australia have semi-automatic weapons. So it is true in saying that a lot of the guns got taken away from us in '96, and but there is still a few guys who get around with the D class license for their specific purpose, which is contract shooting. Another common question I get asked is, would I use or could I use a pistol in the job of contract shooting? Yes, I would if I could, but the law won't enable me to. So the Firearms Registry won't let anybody in New South Wales carry a pistol outside of shooting at a range. So although I have pistols and a pistol license, the government, in all its great wisdom, decided that we're not allowed to take them out shooting for any reason at all. In Queensland, I know farmers can have pistols up there for pest eradication, and they do carry it around their properties a bit, but in New South Wales that's just not allowed at all. Under the D-class licence, you also can have high-capacity magazines on your firearms. Now, if you get A and B on your licence as a contract shooter, you can also have high-capacity magazines on your A and B category firearms, which a lot of people don't realise. Even with the high-capacity mag of 30 shots, I still sometimes run out. And this mob here, I would have got closer to this mob if I could have, but there was a fencing wire wrapped around my back tyre on my motorcycle. So I just had to stop right where I was. I couldn't even chase those pigs. So I just pulled up, got the magazine out and reloaded it into my gun, and then had to go back and pull the wire off the bike before I even chased that mob. A few of those got away that day, but I'm sure I'll get another day. But when it comes to the type of bullets that I use in my SKS, it really comes down to what I can get my hands on. It's not a really common calibre anymore, so there's not as much around as there used to be. There's still a fair few crates of 7.60 by 39 full metal jacket stuff laying around. I can get my hands on those, but I do prefer the soft point bullets when I'm eradicating pests. Years ago when the SKS came out, everybody just used ex-military full metal jackets for shooting pigs. But I find that they tend to drill holes through things pretty regularly, and you can kill the pigs with them, but you need to use a lot more shots. So what I do with my magazine when I load it is I'll put in one soft point, one full metal jacket, one soft point, one full metal jacket, all the way through the whole 30-shot magazine. And because I'm shooting most of the pigs at least twice, sometimes 3 times, it enables me to be able to kill the pig quicker with the soft points, as the full metal jackets tend to wound them more. So unless you're shooting them in the head, shoot them in the head and they'll drop straight away. People also want to know what I do with the meat. Well, in Australia it's actually illegal for me to do anything with that meat. I can take a little bit home for my dogs, I can cook some out while I'm out there, but even today I tried ringing the Dubbo Zoo to see whether they wanted the meat for their lions and their meat-eating animals there, and they said they couldn't even legally take it off them. So there's just, along with our stupid gun laws, there's stupid laws that also stop us from being able to take meat into the cities and towns as well. I couldn't even give this meat away if I wanted to. There's very few starving people in Australia. Try to give them a dead pig, they just laugh at you anyway. So it just doesn't really happen. The meat just goes there. I'd love to be able to use it if I could, but there's just nowhere for me to use it. Now, I'm not in the habit of putting up mistakes and stuff-ups that happen to me much on video. I mean, you guys don't want to see it anyway, but going to show a few things that do happen to me that do go wrong when I'm out shooting. With that gun on my handlebars, sometimes it doesn't always go right, and this will happen to me. See that? That was my SKS flying off my handlebars. Trying to chase a pig at the moment. I've got to go back, pick up my gun, put it back on the handlebars. This is one reason I love this gun. This gun is so hardy. Gets in the dirt, it just falls down everywhere. I go and get a precision instrument and clean the end of the barrel, put it back on there, and she's right to go again, and then I'm off. But that doesn't happen to me all the time, but it happens a bit. There's another thing that happens to me regularly that I don't usually show you guys is me falling off the bike. I mean, I'm going through potholes and hitting bushes and running over things. And this particular day when I come off the bike there, 4 months before, I'd broken my hand. And for the last few trips, every time I'm falling off, I'm smashing there's a broken bone in my hand. I keep hitting it on sticks and trees and it hurts. So that does happen to me a bit, but I ain't going to be showing you guys all that rubbish. I just sort of keep that to myself. This particular hunt here, this day, I saw these two really big pigs. So people talk to me about all the small pigs that I shoot. And I got some big stuff as well, and there's two really big ones there. And I'm going to actually leave those two because I look further up the field and there's a monster of a pig just straight in front there. So he's taken off straight up the paddock. Those other two are going in a different direction, so I choose the biggest one first. I don't usually do that. I don't usually count the size. But because these guys are out on a plain, I knew I had a chance to get the whole three of them. Straight in front of us there also is a fence. So these pigs are heading straight to a fence because they think they're going to get away from me. They've got a good chance of doing it if they can get there. So this big stomper in front of me, he's going for it. And straight up ahead of him, he runs past an anthill. So I hit that anthill, and yep, there she goes. That's my SKS, not only flying off my handlebars, but I ran straight over the top of it. There's another reason I love these SKSs. They are so hardy. I smash it on trees, it bangs up against stumps. I fall off all the time, and I just stick it back on the bike, dust the dirt off of it if I can be bothered, fly off again, and it still works. It's a great firearm. So I really love the SKS for that reason. It's a great hardy firearm, and they're cheap. And if I really break it, I'll just go and find another one. Great little gun. Here's an example here. Fair distance. I shoot this pig 3 times, and that fourth shot, I don't know. I was just trying to bury him with a bit of dust. I think I don't know what that was all about. Anyway, so I'm going back now to look after these other two, and I know the other two are heading for the same fence. There's a fence right here that pig nearly got to, and I'm taking them across the paddock to try and find these. So I cut it a bit short, but I ran up, and you can see that pig right off in the distance there. And I usually would go closer, but the third pig is actually to my right. You can't see him just yet, but I just didn't want him to go to the fence, so I'm sort of sitting there stopping his escape to the fence, so he will just stand there waiting for me. So I shoot that fella. And then I head over straight, as you see now in front of the bike. There's that other pig right there. And he's going flat out towards that fence. I'm coming over to sort him out. Now right now it doesn't matter whether I got a full metal jacket or a soft point. This thing's just taken one shot. I still put 2 in him, and he's finished. People do ask why I shoot so many small pigs, but man, that was a good pig, and the other 2 that I shot were also good pigs. I don't know what he's doing there. He's just having a bit of a jig, I think. Oh, that's another common thing that happens is my hat falls off. My last trip I went on, not this trip, but the trip between this one and another one, I lost my hat and my earmuffs. They both blew off and I never saw them again. That's that pig I shot in the distance, and then I'm going back to that real big fella now. Now this pig here, this is a good pig. I've shot some big pigs. This will be up there with the biggest of them. This is a big pig. You got to remember sometimes when I'm out shooting, as you're about to send this next clip, I do get my ability mixed up with my ambition, and I do get very ambitious, and coming near the end of this day I really wanted to get up to a high number of pigs. So I took off after this mob, as you can see here, and So I'm riding along, I'm chasing these guys, so there's a big mob, scream out for everyone to go off after them. And so I finished this pig off while they're chasing the mob. I'm about to go and catch up with them. But as I'm flying along, the same thing that commonly happens as I'm riding in other areas, I hit a big hole, and you'll see here the SKS starts bouncing around, and I just grab it with my left hand. And I really want to get these pigs, so I'm just riding one-handed at the moment. So I've got my right hand on the accelerator, and pull the gun up, let go of the accelerator, and don't even bother pulling over. Just think I want to get these so much, I just start shooting until I fall off and hurt myself. As commonly happens out there, I just get a little bit too excited. But anyway, so I just jump back on and went and finish off these couple of other pigs. Now, people do also ask me what caliber I would think is a great caliber. Like I've said, the 7.62 by 39 is my favourite when it comes to semi-autos. I think the 223 is too light, and the 308 just kicks too much. So it's probably, with a semi-auto, you sort of just can't keep your eye on the pig. It just kicks a little bit too much for me. With the guys with the B-class licences, I would just definitely suggest you get something like a 30-30 lever action, or the pump action Remingtons are great guns too, in a whole lot of variety of calibers, and all those are good for shooting pigs. And even the old 303, the old ex-military, I shot with the 303 for years when I was younger. That's all I had, and that was a great caliber, nice hard hitting gun, and I love the old 303. I'd use that even now. Great gun. So that's about it. I hope I've answered most of your questions. I'm sure you'll have more. But once again, thanks for your support. And I guess, happy hunting. Catch you later.